This holiday season, as the world celebrates in so many ways, some families are facing it apart, feeling the weight of loneliness. At a miracle of a community that cares, we are creating a space where everyone, regardless of faith or background, can share in the joy of this wonderful season. Join Santa and leaders from all walks of life for stories, special shout outs, and heartfelt messages from loved ones near and far. Children are taking the lead with art and fun, helping us bring the gift of books to children everywhere. Children in hospitals, children to families of all faiths, and to fortify traditions of families. This season, let's come together as a global community, one that cares, one that gives, and one that embraces all cultures, part of the miracle. Join us from December 24th to December 26th, and let's make this season unforgettable for everyone. Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good in communities everywhere. We understand that shopping is a necessity, but with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference without spending any extra money. Here's how it works. Please visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, which are trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any of the partners that resonate with you. Click a picture of the receipt or invoice, then pick the mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send the receipt directly to us. After that, all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchases, knowing that you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing the story of those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Community Pay It Forward is excited to bring you a one-time year-end offer. Sign up for a gold or platinum giving or sponsorship package before December 31st, and we'll give you 2026 free of charge. That's a whole extra year of community support, visibility, and impact. Help your business grow while making a difference. With our exclusive packages, you're not just a sponsor, you're a partner in creating change. Offer ends December 31st, 2024. Reach out today and lock in your gold or platinum package before this offer ends. Let's make 2025 and 2026 years to remember. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
At Confronting Domestic Violence, our mission is to provide real-time resources to abused families, including relocation services to help parents and children reach safety. At Confronting Domestic Violence, our mission is to provide real-time resources to abused families, including relocation services to help parents and children reach safety. We're committed to giving at-risk families a real chance to escape dangerous situations. You can support Confronting Domestic Violence by our simple program Shop, Click, and Pick. Shop with any giving partner. Click a picture of your receipt and pick Confronting Domestic Violence by scanning this QR code or visiting Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy new week. Happy life. It's Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels with Footprints Forward. Of course, as I mentioned last week and the week before that, and probably the week before that, I don't know, a couple weeks now, we are taking a break from normal Footprints Forward broadcasting or subject matter, I guess is a better way to put it. Talking about a miracle of a community that cares. And we're also going to introduce you today how you can, all the businesses out there that want to pull the trigger and become a new partner to the Community Pay It Forward program, how you can take charge of your own profile. You build, you maintain. You know what? You see something, say your phone number changes and you don't want to wait for us to do it. You go in, you make that change. Your profile stays updated. Your logos stay updated. Your headshots stay updated. You have all control and you don't have to wait for us, which is a good thing because, sometimes I fall a little bit behind. We are coming up on a miracle of a community that cares. Let me try this again in English. We are coming up on a community that cares very, very quickly. We've got a little more than a month to go. And folks, I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid to tell you it ain't looking good. We need your support. We need your help. We need people who want to participate. Look, it's very, very simple. If you want to take place in this event, if you want to take part in this event, right here's how it's done. Just scan that QR code. You can jump on, you can see what's going on, you can see how to do it. Okay, everything that we've got up, everything from helping us spread the information on social media, which is something that I desperately need help with. Okay, that I'm not embarrassed to tell you. Truthfully, I'm no good at social media, and I'll be honest, I tire my wife out with her ability to reach people in social media is astounding. Okay, all of you here on Things Network, my great friends here at Things Network, you guys know how good Adrienne is with social media. You all have followed her forever. You guys are all friends with her. Most of you are friends with her, so you guys know how good she is out there. But I need other people to help us out. One of the other things that we need people who want to help show our efforts. So reach out to us if you have a YouTube channel that you would like to participate. We need sponsors. We need people who want to talk about their holiday traditions, whether they're Christmas traditions, whether they are Hanukkah traditions, Kwanzaa traditions, Wiccan traditions. I don't care what it is. How did you celebrate during the month of December? Because there's somebody out there starting a brand new life as an adult that is looking for a way to start celebrating in their own way. And maybe your old traditions can be brand new ways of somebody else celebrating. And we can do this by giving them suggestions. Okay? So we invite you to come on, schedule a time to take and record, and you can say, hey, I remember back in the day, me and my brothers, we would get our new toys, we'd go outside, we'd play with our new toys in the park, we'd do all this other stuff. Fun. Merry Christmas to my brothers who I can't be with this time of year. Thank you for joining us. Very simple. If you want to talk to the nurses, the doctors, the veterans, the truck drivers, the restaurant workers, the people who are overseas on business, who are still working during this time of holiday, of giving, of love, of sharing, we invite you to leave a message for them and for everyone in your life. All you have to do is schedule a time with us. You're going to get a minute or two to come on and really talk to people. Spread love, spread cheer, spread enjoyment, spread positivity. And I don't think I'm saying anything that any of you do not know, but positivity is something that, damn it, we need right now. So please, I ask, please join us by scanning this code and help us to create a miracle of a community that cares. Joining me today is my buddy, my friend, my brother, Mr. Z, and he's talking about a new program with the Community Pay It Forward program partners, where you, business people, you can join us in making a difference in this world simply by doing the business that you already do. Mr. Z is a huge part of the Community Pay It Forward program. We love him, and we know you will too.
Hello, world. My name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer, and I am also a consultant at Z World Webs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has Z potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website Z World is waiting for.
You have worked hard to build your brand. Community Pay It Forward thinks you should be able to build your own profile. And now, thanks to Z World Webs, you can. Start by scanning this code, choose your package, and share the important information your future clients need in order to find you. Because when they find you, we can help everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Hey, everybody. Extremely excited about this interview. One of my great friends. One of the reasons why Community Pay It Forward is still going today. There's no doubt in my mind that the work that this man has put into my company is the reason why we're still here today. So this is a very, very long overdue and exciting interview for me. The great Mr. Z from Z World Webs. How are you doing, brother?
I am feeling very grateful and privileged to be in your presence. And if you ask me, you're not just building this business, you are building a community of helping others pay it forward so they don't have to go through it alone. And thank you so much for having me. And I'd state for the record that we're not friends. We're brothers from a different mother, and I'm just so glad to be here today. Thank you, Zach.
Hey, like I said, we've been We are, of course, thrilled to have Mr. Z joining us today, but it's for a very, very good reason. This man has been working diligently, very hard for quite a while to do something with our page, with our website, to where you have full control of your profile. Up until now, if there's, you have to wait for us to get to it, and you have to go on, and if you want any changes, we'll try to change it. If we get that wrong, you're like, no, that's not where I wanted it changed. There's a whole lot of kerfuffle, to put it in a non cussing words. But Mr. Z, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, brother man.
So you have created a system where people can go on, brand new members can go on, and or even people who are wanting to re-up with the program, they can now go on and they can make changes to their own page, or build their own profile, build their own page. They have a new headshot that they want to put in there. If they've updated their logo, they can go on there and they can rebuild it. They can reclassify what they're doing. Say their vision has changed a little bit and they've decided to do a couple other things to their business and make a few additional changes. This gives them the opportunity to really take and go in and highlight themselves in the way that they want people to see them, right?
Correct. Yes. And I want to give you credit for coming up with the idea of giving your members the opportunity to create their own accounts or memberships. And if needed, if they need to go back and make a few changes. Maybe they change their title, maybe they change their business. Sorry, if they change their website address and email, they would have the option to do that through the back end of your website, but without actually logging into your website, but their file directory information.
Yeah, and I know, look, let's be honest, as we grow, we need to get 1-800 numbers or cell phones change, landlines are disappearing. So things like phone numbers or email addresses, they change all the time. So this really gives people to make sure that everything is updated right away, right?
Hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm
Well
going
said.
to let you take over and show us the wonderful work that you've done. We're starting right here on the home page, and what you do is you simply scroll down to right underneath the introducing shop, click, and pick video. You'll see a button that says join the family. You click on this, and here we are. We are at this page to where you can add your own profile. Each one of these each one of these has all the information that is involved in the packages.
Mhm.
So you can go through and you can see what's in the silver package, in the palladium package, in the gold partnership, or in the platinum partnership. You get to see and choose what best fits you and your company. Mr. Z, why don't you go on ahead and take control from there and show us what you've done?
Gladly. And I want to just state for the record, this has been a team effort. Had it not been for your input and your feedback and the content that you provided, we wouldn't be able to make this happen. And I find it to be super helpful to know the differences between the silver partner or the gold partner or the platinum partner, because if I have questions or concerns, I can simply click on this accessible document that I can read for myself or someone who would be interested in this program. And you may notice that there's a lot of, uh, I don't want to say terms, but a lot of benefits over here that will apply to the form as well. Like, for example, if we decide to go with the gold partner for starters, we'll have the option to have a 5,000 character business bio, which is roughly a good amount of words to use.
Yeah.
So let's dive in deep to your name, and I'm gonna say my name. My name is your name, so it could be anything you want. You're welcome to use an alias, but we'd like to ask, if possible, to use your full name so we can't have too many Z's or too many A's or too many Q's. But but if you'd like to use an initial, feel free to put in quotes so you have a preference.
And of course, please make sure that this one is your name, because if you
Yes.
look just a little bit further down, you'll see your business name. So this is the information that we need for you as a person.
Well spotted, Zach. I couldn't agree with you more. There's definitely a difference between your name that you were given at birth and the business name that you given when your business was born. But I think it's a good idea to put your email as well. Uh, let's just say my email at mail.com. And from here, you have the option to choose the Palladium, Gold Partnership, and Platinum Partner. And you can toggle between these two if you wish. And you'll notice that all the information has been preserved, so you don't lose all that information. It's a pet peeve of mine when I clicked on the wrong or I want to upgrade a plan, I have to restart the process. And for those
Yes.
who used
Yes.
to apply for jobs online, not the best use of my time. So let's say the name of my business is my business name or my non-profit name. And this would be a great description just to give us an idea of who you are, what you do. This is an uh, organization that is all about helping our fellow people. Something like that.
Right.
And you'll notice that as you decide to write more and more, which is great, there will be a character limit on certain plans, but if you want a unlimited amount of words, I recommend Platinum Partner. It served me wonders. And you'll notice over here that we have name again. Oh, my apologies. That shouldn't be appearing twice.
Actually, you know what? This is the name that you would want printed on the page.
Ah, yes.
Say someone like Mr. Z yourself. You go by Mr. Z. People know you by Mr. Z. We do not. Your birth name is not associated with your business. Everyone knows you as Mr. Z. So if you have a different if you want to be known for something different. Our great friend Trevor Gibbs is the web detective. He wants to be known as the web detective.
Got
So
it.
that's one way we can look at that. Um,
Thank you for the
so
clarification.
yeah, I would like to add one more thing to the description of your organization. We also want to make sure that we get your personal information in there. Tell
Mm,
us about you,
yes.
your hobbies. This is going to be something to where we can really get people introduced to who you are. This is the difference between, and I tell this story quite often, Z, about how there's a convenience store 2 minutes walk of me, and me being a larger guy, a 2 minute walk means it's close. But I'd still rather get in my car and drive 5 minutes to another convenience store where when I walk in, there's a personal relationship with the people. It's not just some kid standing there talking on their cell phone and they don't even acknowledge me. I want to make sure that people understand, people know who I am. They're going to know that I'm going to go up, I'm going to get my sodas, I'm going to talk the way I am. There's going to be a kinship there.
I
That's what
see.
this description is really going to do for people. This is going to allow them to understand who you are. They're going to be able to come to you in a most genuine way. They're not going to just come to you for business. They're going to come to you because, oh, you like skiing. Well, I used to live in Aspen. Or, you like skiing. You're weird. Something like that. We're going to give a little bit of personality to your page. This isn't all about business. This is about relationship in whole. So sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to make sure that that was put out there.
Not an interruption at all, and I do appreciate clarifying that because it's one thing you want to showcase your business, but why is it you do what you do? And we all know this, brother man, and that's one of the reasons why I enjoy working with you. It's not just the community you build, it's just who you are as a person. As just 30 seconds ago, I was stumbling and mumbling about the names, and you were able to save me and save face, and you're the type of person that makes people feel smart even though they're making mistakes, and I appreciate that. And anyone that thinks that skiing is weird, well, they're weird themselves because skiing is, let's just say, it's not for the faint of heart if you're going 80 miles per hour with cold
Sticks
air
on
going in your
your
face.
feet. You're weird. And this
Yeah,
is from a guy who lives in Colorado. Huh.
that's true.
So,
But
but I have trouble balancing on shoes on dry concrete. So,
well, come on, I doubt it. But you keep a great balance between humor and professionalism, and make sure everyone gets their fair share of your community. So, okay, you're absolutely right. So the name would be the name of your name and the name of your business, but usually this should be the directory name as well. The position, your organization, obviously it would be the title. It could be the CEO, it could be real estate agent, it could be agent, or anything that's relevant towards your title of the organization. And
right.
these tags would be very helpful. And fortunately, Zach was kind enough to populate this tag area. So if you can't come up with the tag yourself, well, we got a few here to give you some examples. Let's just say, you know, health and wellness. Health. Oh, that's why. Okay, so we got that. And what if we want to put coaching?
Yep.
I wonder if I have to capitalize it. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So that's good. And just for laughs and giggles, sales. Because everyone likes sales.
Yeah.
And let's go to category. And this would be more involved, let's just say health, happiness, and fitness. We can go to coaching. And some of these tags and categories would be limited to one depending on the partnerships that you have. So let's go to personal coaching and let's go to sales. I'm just going to pick three. And
Okay, and something very important about these right here are we need you to make sure that you are putting yourself where your customers need you to be.
yes,
Okay,
exactly.
this is one of those this is one of those times where a rooter, okay, you know what your job is to be a rooter, to clean out lines and do stuff like that. Yet a lot of people consider you a plumber. So
Mm-hmm.
this is one of those times that maybe you really want to consider putting plumbing under your name because there is that misconception. This is knowing people. This is really really important because we want to make sure people can find you by using those keywords and by using those placements. Okay, so even though you don't consider yourself a quote unquote plumber, a lot of people are going to look for plumbers first because they don't quite understand what a rooter is. So please make sure, and if you have any questions about any of this, you can always reach out to us and we can help you with that as well. But please continue, Z.
If I could interrupt for just a
Yeah,
moment,
yeah.
that is a great point because I actually do have a client that had struggled with this issue. He does deck repair, that's all he does. But for some reason, uh, he was known as just doing handyman work, handy person work. My apologies. Fixing a few things, replacing light bulbs, plumbing, painting, you name it. But he wanted to be known as deck repairs. So that is a common problem where people think you do one thing, you only do one thing, but you do multiple things. So I think having the default category will help you stand out and say, oh, wow, you are a roofer, but I had no idea you're also a plumber. And you brought up a good point because when you have multiple skills, people may not even realize that you provide those skills until it's
Hmm.
mentioned there. But the default focus is where you'll get noticed the most. So kudos to you, Zach, for bringing that up.
Well, let's put this in a personal way.
Hmm.
I've before called you a web designer,
Yeah.
and that's not what you want to be known as.
That's right.
But a lot of times people don't know the difference between a web designer and uh, or a web builder. They don't know that there's much of a difference. And so that right there is one of the reasons why I think it's so important that you put yourself where the customers need you to be.
Well said. I agree with you 1,000%. And thank you for making that distinction. If you put yourself in a place where you want your customers to find, or sorry, clients or customers to find you, your chances of being found goes greater because you have the choice to be where you're found. And I agree with you 1,000%. And people are not going to like what I'm about to say, and I'm sorry to say this, but if anyone here is creating a Facebook page or Meta page, they don't give you the option to categorize yourself as a like a specific place. Like if you're looking to brand yourself as a handy person, they'll just give you a generic title as home improvement. Like, what does that mean? Like, I want to focus on deck repair, or someone like yourself. I want to be a community leader, but what they're going to give you is like public education. Like, what does
Right.
that mean?
Yeah.
So here it gives us the opportunity to choose what category you want to be found in, and not to mention, gets keyword searched. So even if the name isn't roofing company, but someone types in the word roofing, you'll get found. That's
So
that's what it's about, and so I appreciate.
this is really the point where something called transitional skills, something that you do that others, don't realize that you do. This is really a chance for you to make a difference in your own business. So please utilize these two sections, utilize them to the best of your ability, and it'll help reach out to the customers that you need to reach out to you.
Well said. You just never know who you're going to find. Maybe even
Yep.
Santa Claus. But
Yep.
if you have
Yeah.
any questions, concerns, please. I agree with you 1,000% with a lot of things you said. It's transitional and finding those categories, and you're not getting any arguments from me because you're so right. Uh, so let's just say we want to make the default category. You know what? I see myself as a business person because, I believe in sales and service, but I also provide health coaching. You shouldn't be sitting around all day, whatever. So the phone you would like to have listed, let's just say, uh, this is what I want to have as my public domain. Yeah, 555. Oop, sorry. But let's just say you want to have an alternative number that you don't want anyone to know, but just in case the phone doesn't work properly. So I'll say 555 2. This is my lack of creativity coming in. And of course, same thing as well, public at email.com. Now, I want to reiterate over here, this is 100%. Well, I can't speak on your behalf, brother man, but I just want to say that if I were submitting a form, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting in the longitude and latitude of my exact location, but I'd like to give an estimate to where I live, and I'll put a place that I'm close to home with. So I will put this, whether people like it or not. And then I will just click on set address on map, and I'll just do the whole thing for you over
Yeah.
here.
And I think one of the great things that you did there is, again, if there's no need to put your address on there, you don't have to put your address on there.
Mm-hmm.
But having that little bit of information about who you are. Look,
Yes.
New Yorkers love New Yorkers. People from
Mm-hmm.
Colorado love people from Colorado. It's ingrained in us. You you know, people who ski once in a while are gonna contact people who live in Colorado because there's something to talk about. It's more information about you that at the time may seem useless and mundane, yet it could be very important for someone else to know, hey, you know what? I grew up in Manhattan. Yeah, I was born in New Jersey. I see you're in Manhattan. What are your favorite places to go and eat?
That's right.
Conversation starters.
I couldn't agree with you more because people want to, and no disrespect to anyone, when you meet someone that's local, you have the sense of, hey, we're neighbors. Why don't we support each other out? I know you're a great person, Zach, but let's just say, Z, you're a great person too. I hope. But you know what? I actually met someone in Colorado who does exactly what you do. Let me give this person a chance because we're practically neighbors. We go to the same Key Lounge bar, and why don't we just take it from there? Oh, I've heard of that place. I actually know the owner. They're
Yeah,
doing a fundraiser with chicken wings. So, oh, you know what? We should support them. So it just comes together, and you're making that happen.
right.
Now, as much as I'd like to support a bar in Colorado, I can't travel that far for personal reasons, and I think it just brings the community together without having to sign all these contracts that these bigger directories offer, and it's wholesome in what you're doing. I think it's you're hit the nail right on the head with locability and um, just bringing people together. And who knows, maybe they might see someone that they couldn't find on LinkedIn, but find someone here.
Right. And where a place like what you were just talking about, Key Largo Lounge, they're going to want that latitude and longitude put on here because they
Mm,
are a physical business. So you can always make sure that you have your physical business there if you've got a storefront. Of course, if you do your business online and online only, you don't need the address, but still having that knowledge of this person's from New York, it's a conversation starter.
well said, 100%. And honestly, if I was looking for a business, what would be nice in this website, I like to visit there. Not to solicit my services, but to say, hey, I saw on your website that you give 10% of every sale you make when you do have upcoming events. I'd love to just volunteer and do what I can to support you. So I think it brings that community forward, thanks to you.
Absolutely.
It's great. All right. And if you want to list this as a private address, hey, we got you covered. We don't believe in sharing information without your consent. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of Zach, but Zach is obviously the most honest person I know in this Zoom room. And I do want to say that he does believe in compliance, ADA compliance. And hey, you got a place where we could be closer together.
Yep.
And over
And
here, you can, yes,
and
Zach.
and one other thing is if you are in a situation where you don't where your safety is in jeopardy and say you're in business but you don't even want your state and
Mm,
your state and city announced, please let us know and we won't
yes.
even put that out there, okay? We want to make sure you are happy and healthy, and our main goal is to have you as a partner for a lifetime. So we will do nothing to jeopardize you.
Thank you for that
Please continue.
announcement. Sorry.
No, go on
My
ahead. Please
apologies.
continue.
I'm glad that you brought this up, Zach, because there are people that want to grow their businesses. And you've had this conversation too. People want to start their businesses, but there are people who, let's just say they're being hunted down by their captors. And how do they grow their business without being found? Privacy and making sure that they're protected in the most possible way. So thank you for being cognizant of those who are trying to start their second chance in life without their past creeping up on them. So thank
Well,
you for your due diligence.
we can't help them start a second path in life if we can't protect them from their first path. So
Well said. Yes. Uh, there's always a second chance here, and I mean, I can't say on behalf of Community Pay It Forward, but if you're doing the right thing, if you're not trying to sell Hawaiian shirts and finger puppets, you definitely want to make sure that people are taken care of the right way with your services, and I appreciate the fact that you're taking care of them in the right way. So from here, you can upload your headshot, and we always recommend that you upload a JPEG or a PNG. Try to refrain from using a PDF because if you were to upload a PDF, the website is not going to accept that as an image file itself. I know most people like to take screenshots. That's fine too, as long as if it's saved as a JPEG or a PNG, and of course, same with the logo as well. I know some people are tempted to use Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. That won't be necessary. It's always a good idea to use JPEG and PNG. But if you're not sure what the differences between are, I recommend using a JPEG for your headshot because it doesn't require a transparent background. But if you do have a transparent background in your logo, then I recommend PNG. It doesn't have to be too big. It could be 500 pixels by 500 pixels, but at least a minimum of 500 pixels, or better yet, 1,000 pixels.
And if all you have is a PNG of your a PNG or a web file, there are programs, absolutely free programs that you can go onto Google and just search WEB
Hmm.
to JPEG, and you can transfer that file. So there are files that cost you absolutely no money. Just go into Google and give it a shot. I know I use them all the time. I use the oh geez, I can't remember which one I use, but I use one of them all the time to take and change a JPEG, or I'm sorry, a PNG into a JPEG. So there are free ones on the internet.
And thank you for bringing that up. As always saving me from these. I've saving me from this information I keep leaving out. Yes, always a good idea to leave out the WEP files because I know it's supposed to be saved as it's supposed to conserve space in the servers. But yes, there are converters out there, and I think your method makes things a whole lot easier. And I know it's becoming a trend where if you're trying to save a logo via WebP or CVG, which is Scalable Vector Graphics, or CVG. The point is, if there's a way you can convert it to a JPEG, there are online resources, and you're absolutely right, Zach. And thank you for bringing that up because that's one of the things that I saw that you had to do for building all these brochures and the videos that you make, and I give you kudos for doing that. Uh,
Yeah, and the one I
any
use is Adobe. I
smart.
remembered it was Adobe. So
You can't go wrong with Adobe. It's one of the pioneer, well, I don't say pioneers, but one of the leading brands of conversions and products. But yeah, if you have a free tool, hold on to it until it's costly, in my opinion. Uh,
it's
okay,
trustable. So
good way of putting it. It's a brand you can trust. It's something you could use. And if I went to a website that had free converters but had like Google ads all over the place, it's very likely they're tracking your click movements. But
right.
Adobe, they make so much money enough that they don't need to keep track of what you're doing unless you're using the AI. But I digress. Any questions, concerns so far about adding the headshot and logo?
No, I think that you've explained it very, very well. So
Oh,
next we're going to the referral offer. And
yes.
I know that quite often we get questions about, well, what's the referral offer? Well,
Hmm.
easy explanation.
You make it so easy that I just want to stay for the record. Your referral offer actually inspired me to use to create the referral program and the community pay it forward. And when you're a person of giving, people see that. And it's not about what you can do, it's about what showing them what you can do. So let's just say $25 of every paying coaching client. How perfect is that? Thank you for saving that as always. And I can't answer this question. I don't want to put you on the spot, brother man, but what if someone doesn't want to make a referral offer? Like, would that cause them to say,
Then
"Hey, thank"?
that actually puts them into the sponsor.
Okay.
If you don't offer, if you can't, if law wise, or if it's just not feasible for you to offer a referral offer, that just switches you to a sponsorship partner.
Got it.
Not a lot of difference. It's just the one is you help us keep the lights on. That's what you're doing. You're here to support all the program, make sure that the program gets up and running. And then the other one becomes you're part of the giving partners. So that's really the main difference in it.
Makes total sense. And honestly, you're doing me a huge favor when I'm in this when I'm in your community pay it forward program, because the newsletters I get, the contacts you introduce me to, whether they're veterans, survivors of human traffickings, my apologies, survivors of human trafficking. It's, with only a small contribution, you can get so much more. And from my experience, I don't need to go anywhere else. It's great for me. And not to mention, not to oversell here, the newsletters, I really appreciate the fact that you go out of your way, not my way, out of your way to put my logo and everyone else's paid partnerships into your newsletters. And I do get clicks, and the reports don't lie. Do you agree to? Yeah. Okay. So this is something that I see often. Uh, I mean, I do it by default because I'm proud to put this as my portfolio. Let's just say you're a real estate agent or a coach or someone, not picking any professions. It's always a good idea to showcase that you're willing to put your logo and backlink to the website. And backlink is just a fancy term for, can you link this website from your website? And it's not required for gold members and over, but it is required for silver members because we want to make sure that your involvement is known with the community pay it forward. And I can't speak on behalf of Zach, but I would advise that you choose yes only because, well, it shows that you care. Because the community does care to dare or dare to care.
It also proves to Google that you're working with other businesses, which is really important to them.
I agree with you. That's true. Never thought about that. Because if Google does see that you're involved with a public nonprofit organization, they're going to take notice to that. And well said, brother, man. I'm not going to take credit for that. And not to mention SEO 101, more backlinks to a legitimate source like the community pay it forward, the more likely you're going to get noticed. And if you type in I'm sorry, if you type in my company name, you will notice that community pay it forward does show up, and it can happen to you too.
Yep.
And something you just reminded me of, even if you don't have a website, your name will show up in the community pay it forward because community pay it forward has enough traffic going to the website that Google's going to crawl through the website. And if your name just happens to pop up, even better. But thank you for bringing that up. I didn't even think about the SEO on that end. And here's the fun part. Speaking of websites, I'll just type in website.com. And if you don't have a website, I would recommend putting in some sort of link tree or something that people can find your information in. Don't be shy. It's all optional. So let's say facebook.com.
Not everybody has every social media. So,
Exactly.
you know,
I don't.
yeah. So just add the social medias that are the most important to you. These other website links, Z, I think these are very important because we do have multi faceted partners who have, hey, we have one program that does this. We also have another program that does this. And so they have two different websites. Another thing that I like that you can do with that website, that secondary website link, add your contact page, contact us page. You
Yes.
can take and add that on there, and we can put that as a we can highlight that this is how you contact them if you don't have something like a For My Card or a link tree, whatever it is. The best way to contact you is through my Calendly link or whatever it is.
Well said. I think that's a great point because if people want to just have a link to their Calendly or have their contact information, even though they don't have a website yet or have a website but it's still under construction, at least they have a place to get contacted without having to feel like, oh, I can't publish anything. Well, it's better to have it out there before it's 100% done, if that makes any sense. Like some
You
restaurants that
can't
are
get
open.
business done if you're not out there. That's just the way
Exactly.
it is.
Exactly. Thank you. That's a better way of putting it. You don't want to close a whole restaurant down just because, there are a few seats missing. Just close it off and keep the show going. I agree with you 100%. So we have all these other links, and like you said, always good to have other links available. Some people might have Behance, some people might have, dare I say, TikTok and other portfolio pieces as well.
Instructional or educational YouTube videos is another really good one to put here. If you want to
Mm,
explain your business in a YouTube video, this is a great place to add those. Okay, we
perfect.
want your YouTube channel specifically in up above where it says YouTube. We want your YouTube channel, but if you have this is my business, this is where you want, that video link is a great place to put right there.
Great point. I like that. And and it's very frustrating, and not to get too deep into this, it's very frustrating when I'm trying to sign up to a form, but I'm limited to what options I can put in because maybe I have a great platform that I like to showcase, but it's not listed here. Maybe I start my own social media channel and share it here, just making this up, and who knows? That would be nice. So we got two other things I'd like to go over, unless you have any questions, concerns so far.
Brother, you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh my goodness, you're making me feel more important than you. You're amazing. Sorry, folks. This is just our relationship. He's like a brother from another mother. So this now you might be wondering, what is this images again? Why are you asking for more images? Well, this is the gallery section. So let's just say you have like a gallery of your staff, your legal practice. Maybe you did a recent event. Like I find, and it's not my website, but I just want to say, but when I'm getting to know someone, it's nice to see photos of your company. Maybe you have an interior, like let's just say the Hitch Corner. They actually have a variety of good products that could be great for camping. As we all know, if you're in the middle of the woods, you're not going to find any internet access. But there are pictures in his store that you could find what is available there. So having those files and galleries in there, if that makes any sense. But this is optional. It's not like you have to prove that you are a business. I don't want to give that impression because I know Google My Business is very stingy about having photos. This is just like, hey, by the way, this is who we are. Don't just read what we do, see what we do.
Yeah, and
And
if you're selling pottery to people,
oh,
something
great.
like
Yeah.
pottery to people, people want to see the pottery before they're buying the pottery. Nobody's going to
Mm.
take and buy a pot from you just on sight unseen. Well, this is a pot that's got, well, I'll just say it, dog paws on it.
I'm
Oh,
sold.
okay, I'll buy it. They don't do that. So this is a great place to put those on there. And that's a wonderful addition to this.
Thank you. And I do want to emphasize this is only available to platinum platinum partners and gold partners as of now. This is up for debate, but unfortunately, silver partners, it's up to your discretion, but not at this time because, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say this is an airline with certain benefits, and I'll leave it there.
Yep.
What did you
Every
did?
every business is a business. So
True, absolutely. And speaking of businesses, there are terms and conditions. So we would highly encourage you and your legal staff to review these terms and conditions before proceeding. And it's not to say we don't trust you and we you have to do things our way, but just keep in mind there's a lot of effort that goes into making sure that our community is protected and the work that Zach has to do for creating the videos, maintaining the website, and making sure that everyone feels like they're at home here at the Community Pay It Forward. And feel free to read this at your spare time, and that's definitely something we need to address as well. But before you decide to submit the listing, which I'm not a fan of, but I do like the idea of saying preview. Let's take a look at what we have so far. So you'll notice that you got the name, and thank you for that clarification. That's the first thing I was looking for. So the name is here, and the nickname is here. And over here, we have the business title name, contact information, my business. So this is what it's going to look like when you check out and submit your information. And notice that when we wrote Greeley, Colorado, it only said Colorado. We don't want to pinpoint your location without your consent
Right.
because we do believe in privacy and making sure that your ID is protected. And I really appreciate the fact that Zach was open to the idea of sharing your contact information on social media platforms. Now, I want to reiterate that this does not imply that you have a Twitter account, which we probably should remove, or a Reddit account. It only displays that, hey, I really like this organization. Let me share it with my Pinterest account. These are where your social media accounts are going to be displayed. Very subtle, not in your face, and more importantly, it'll showcase that you specialize in coaching, health, and sales based on the tags that you created. And when someone decides to hire you, they can submit a receipt and they'll scan the QR code, they'll put your information, and done. I know this isn't a lot of content at the moment, but we want to reiterate that this is what it would look like if you were to sign up with us. Any questions, concerns so far before we go to the checkout page?
No, let's go on ahead and go into the checkout page.
Okay. So let's just say, this is great. I'm very happy what it looks like. I'm going to submit this listing. And let's see, there is something that we missed. Oh yeah. Yes, I agree. 100%. I want to be a part of this organization and give back as much as I can. So I'm going to submit listing. Oh, sorry. Folks, we just have to make sure that your URL is valid. That was a goof on my end. So that is why we have to make sure these are all URLs because in the World Wide Web, the HTTP will not recognize the link without the HTTPS, which is Hypertext Protocol, if anyone's interested. And the
Plus,
S
that
is
also makes people understand that you're for real. Okay,
yes.
with
Mhm.
that on there, that means that they can visit your website without knowing that their computer is going to be infected as well. So,
Good point. Absolutely. We want to make sure this is a safe place that people can click on links without having a broken website or a broken machine. So let's hit submit listing. And you're going to be redirected to a checkout page. And here's the information. Now, for whatever reason, and I understand, I'm not here to judge, PayPal is not your preferred way of doing transactions. You can either use Venmo or you can use your own credit card.
yep. And if you would like to build your credit, right down there, there's a place where you can. I think it helps build your credit, but you can do the pay later with PayPal. It gives you a chance to take and build your credit a little bit. If you do need to utilize our payment plan, that's where you need to contact us, and we will take care of that there.
Exactly. Well said. And for privacy reasons, I'm not going to put your information in this checkout and this recording, but I just want to reiterate that this
That's good. I'd
process.
hate for anybody to steal the little bit of overdraft I have left. So, but
Well, $274,896 is a lot of money for some people, but that's way too much for me.
yeah.
But here you are, and that's all I have to share. Sorry for the fumbling and mumbling. For some reason, I'll be transparent with everyone here. I forget sometimes that we get so involved with the work, I forget all the details of the name and nickname, which is why I really love the community pay it forward because I don't have to give away my slave name. I can actually just share my preferred name. And if once you get approved, yes, we can actually find you in our directory by going under Find Your Partner, Verify Partner, and over here.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no, my fault.
Yep.
And I know it looks like a lot here, but these are one of our proud sponsors who are here. Personally, this is my favorite partner. If anyone disagrees with me, then I will fight them tooth and nail. And hey, if you're looking to have your interview on the website, highly recommended.
Yep. And that's where the interview, this is just the stock interview. It starts with that. After your profile is in the page, we schedule a chance for you to sit down with me. We record an interview. We tell people a little bit about you. We introduce you to the world and introduce everyone to you, and welcome you to the Community Pay It Forward family. So, Mr. Z, you did a wonderful job. I want to thank you so very much. I know that you are a magician when it comes to websites, and I am proud to have you as one of my main backbones in the program. You can always get a hold of Mr. Z at.
You can find me on the Community Pay It Forward website under Z World Webs.
There you go. So, or just zworldwebs.com if you want to make it.
You're too kind. Thank you.
You know, if you want to make it easier, finding it through Community Pay It Forward is pretty easy. But believe me, if you need if you need information about your website, if you need your information about compliance, if you need just ideas, this is the man to call.
Can I just put this out there as well,
Yes.
brother man? Thank you for the promotion. If anyone here has a website that they're not comfortable making changes to, I'd be happy to do a free consultation for those that are stuck, or for some reason they look at their website and they realize everything's broken. I'd be happy to take a look at it for free as a free consultation and see if you have control of your website. Thank you, brother man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. If you have any more questions, please get a hold of us at www.communitypayitforward.us. Thank you, Z, for everything. I appreciate it, and we will talk soon.
Community Pay It Forward is excited to bring you a one-time year-end offer. Sign up for a gold or platinum giving or sponsorship package before December 31st, and we'll give you 2026 free of charge. That's a whole extra year of community support, visibility, and impact. Help your business grow while making a difference. With our exclusive packages, you're not just a sponsor, you're a partner in creating change. Offer ends December 31st, 2024. Reach out today and lock in your gold or platinum package before this offer ends. Let's make 2025 and 2026 years to remember. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together